Hey, so I have a bit of a life update for you. We are leaving South America. Yeah, we're leaving. We're in Colombia right now, but we're gonna fly all the way to Bali, which is gonna be a 50-hour journey, but that's gonna be something I'm gonna show you in another video. So today's video is actually gonna be more about the reasoning behind why we're leaving South America, because we plan to travel around and see so many countries here, but we only went to 2 countries and we've actually decided to leave for now. So I just want to explain why that is and why, as digital nomads, we want to go back to Asia for now. Start off by saying that this is not going to be a video bashing South America. I mean, it can't be, because I've only been to 2 countries so far in South America, which are Mexico and Colombia. But there are some things that have made us want to leave and go to somewhere more familiar that we really know well and that we absolutely love, which is Bali, Indonesia. They've just opened up their borders as well, so it's the perfect time for us to go. Colombia and Mexico have been amazing. We have experienced some amazing things. The food, the people are amazing, and the countries are absolutely beautiful. So definitely go and visit if you can. I am not saying you shouldn't go, but there are some reasons why we don't want to stay here any longer, and I'm going to dive into the reasons why. Firstly, let me talk about Medellin, which is where we're living right now. We've been staying in Medellin, Colombia, for the last 2 months, and we were recommended Medellin for a lot of reasons. So there's a big digital nomad community here. There's lots of amenities. The city's modern, it's built up, you know, there's lots of little things to do here in and around the city. But for us, it does just feel like another city. And when you get back into city life, it doesn't feel that much different to being in a city back home sometimes. So we kind of didn't leave the UK to be in something similar to what we were in before. And of course there are some major differences, but we want to be somewhere that just feels completely different, such as near the beach, somewhere a bit more tropical, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. And I know there are tons of places like that in South America, but there are more reasons why we are not going somewhere else in South America and we want to go back to Asia. So I would love to travel more of South America and see the other side of South America, which are the jungles, the remote islands, the adventure side of it. But the reality is we are growing and building a business right now, and we have to be somewhere where we can be focused some of the time and have access to Wi-Fi and have great living conditions so that we are productive and we're able to get things done. And as much as I would love to grab my old backpack, adventure through the jungle, now is just not the right time for us to be doing that. We just need some time to be grounded whilst we're building this business. So I would love to come back to South America, go to Peru, go to Chile and Argentina, do all of the amazing adventure stuff that these beautiful countries have to offer. But right now we need somewhere that we can just settle down and have things to do that are close by where we're living. That's one thing I love about Bali. I have been to Bali a couple of times before for short trips, for holidays, and the island is fairly small, so I think it only takes 1 or 2 hours to get to the other side of the island. So if I'm living in one location and on the weekend I want to go to the other side of the island to see the volcanoes or to see some other beaches or go dolphin watching, I can do that on the weekend without having to completely go way off the track, you know. So that's one of the reasons that we've chosen to go back to Bali, and another reason why we've chosen to leave South America. Okay, this next reason might not be everybody's experience, but it has been my experience so far here in Medellin, and also when I was living in Playa del Carmen in Mexico. Again, it might not be everywhere, but this is my experience so far in the places that I've been. And as a woman, I don't feel totally comfortable walking around on my own, even in the middle of the day, even in the more built up and nice parts of the city. I do feel very uncomfortable. There seems to be a culture of street harassment here, obviously not by everyone, but it happens a lot. And it's something that makes me very uncomfortable. It's something that I really don't like. And I found myself more and more staying in and not going anywhere without Danny, my boyfriend. Even when he's with me, sometimes I have experienced street harassment and people catcalling in the streets. For me, safety is something that's really important for me, especially if I want to be independent and go out on my own and walk around and just enjoy the city on my own. I do love experiencing things on my own as well as with Danny, and I want that choice to be able to go out and feel safe and not have to worry about feeling uncomfortable. So because of that experience that I've had, that's also another reason that's made me want to leave for now and go somewhere where I know that I won't feel like that. I have been to Bali before, like I said, and a lot of Southeast Asia, and I've always, as a woman, felt extremely safe in those countries. And right now I just want to settle down somewhere for the next 6 months in a beautiful place, somewhere cost effective, so I can put some money in my savings as well, somewhere where I can feel safe and walk around in the night or in the day and feel good and not feel like my safety could be an issue. The final reason I just want to touch on is that we have actually had Bali set in our sights for a really long time. Since we visited on holiday a couple of years ago, right before the pandemic actually, we have said to ourselves that we one day want to experience living in Bali and not just being there as a tourist, having it as our lifestyle. So I think when we saw that the borders were opening and that the quarantine was getting less and less strict, as of today, there's actually no quarantine, but obviously check the rules when you're watching this because it's changing every single day. But as soon as we saw that Bali was opening up, we were thinking, well, we wanted to go and live in Bali. We just haven't been doing that because of all of the restrictions. So because of that, we decided, right, we might as well go then. That's what we're feeling aligned with right now. That's what we're feeling is the best decision for us. So we booked our flight, and this evening is our first flight. We're flying to Panama, then to LAX, then to Singapore, then to Bali. It's gonna be a long flight. Again, I'm gonna show this in a different video though. So yeah, those are our main reasons, but I just wanna summarize that I will be back to South America. I know there is so much more to see and we haven't even scratched the surface with what we've done so far. I wanna come back when my business is in a place where if I take some time off for weeks or months at a time, everything is still gonna run itself. I'm in the process of automating a lot of the stuff in the business so that I can have the freedom to go backpacking in the jungle and not be on Wi-Fi for 3 days and it not be a problem. So that's what I'm working towards. Hopefully in a few years' time we'll be back. There's so many countries I want to see still. Brazil, Chile, Argentina, Costa Rica, Ecuador, you name it, I want to see them all. And I definitely will be back to see them. So anyway, my next vlog is probably going to be all about my 50-hour flight and whether we got through all of the PCR tests. Danny just came in before telling us that our first PCR test was negative, so that means we get to start our journey tonight. But yeah, I'll be back next week with another video, so if you want to keep up with how everything goes and if we get there in one piece, then make sure to subscribe and make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you very, very soon.